few things that we're going to want to know about actually writing this story. The first one is that we're going to write our headlines first, we're going to write our offer second, and then we're going to write the sales letter itself third. So So the process of actually doing this is we start to write our headlines, and headlines have a couple of different features that we want to follow. And the first one is we're always shooting for 17 words or less. And if we're really doing a bad job or just having trouble creating headlines, what you want to do is just follow some of the fill-in-the-blank headlines that you can find on the internet. And so it could be as simple as, who else wants to get more website traffic? Or, do you hate your website? Those are all right headlines, and they're attention-grabbing, and they really just hit home on people who own websites. But you want to work through your headlines, and you really want to write as many as possible and really start to use your right brain and make an emotional connection there. And the exercise that you actually follow there is to block out some time, 15, 30 minutes, something like that, and just get a blank sheet of paper like that and just start writing headlines and just go, 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 go. And, really good copywriters will write at least 500 headlines for each sales letter. So the bar is set pretty high. And then what you do is you work on the offer itself. And so, a good offer has a few things to it. And, for instance, people don't buy a book because of its title necessarily. What they're really buying is what the title's pointing to. They're buying the solutions in the book, right? Or they're buying what the book can do for them. So you need to think about those things, and that's what's going to go into your offer. And then you want it to be urgent. You want it to be scarce. So, for instance, urgency could mean this offer comes down at 12 o'clock midnight tonight. Scarce, so that's time scarcity as well, so it also has an aspect of scarcity, and it could mean only the first 7 people who order get the bonuses. And when you're including bonuses with something, which you definitely should do because they're proven statistically to increase your response, you want the bonuses to be stuff that people might actually want more than whatever they're buying. So the bonuses should be really good. And then, another thing that you should consider when you're doing your headlines is that you can let your testimonials create some of your headlines. So if you have a testimonial from somebody and what they say is, Wally's website was the best investment I've ever done, then you could use that as a headline or something like that. So keep that in mind when you're creating your testimonials, or when you're gathering your testimonials from people, and when you're creating your headlines. And so a lot of times your testimonials can do it for you. They'll tell the story for you. They'll help you write your headlines. And then third, finally, once we have these two things, the headlines and the offer done, what you've actually done is you've basically written yourself an outline. And so now the sales letter part comes pretty easy because all you have to do now is sketch that out. And don't get overwhelmed by this. A lot of times what people do, and I've done this for myself, and we've done this with customers and stuff like that, is sometimes it's really hard to actually write your own headlines, and it's really hard to write your own sales copy. So if you get stuck, you come back to the hire out, do what you do best, and then hire out the rest. So come up with your first draft, and then hire out a professional to do it. And in my group, we have a team of professional writers that my customers use oftentimes through me, and they've gotten great results with that. And it's a great way to go because it speeds up the process, and you can ensure that you have somebody that knows what they're doing helping you with that. But if you know all these things and you're able to come to somebody like that with a first draft, you're going to be so much further along.